Hey, how's it going? Hey, this is Ray Martinez with Actitud y Pasión, and this is a brand new show. It's Ray and Friends, and on this show, I'm going to be bringing different shows from all over the world. I'm going to bring authors, musicians, people with minds that are inventing things. I might even bring children that are very talented at either singing or drawing or multiple areas that they dominate in their daily lives. So, guys, today's show, I'm bringing in a fantastic friend of mine. She is awesome. She's incredible. Her name is Victoria Christensen. And to start off the show, let me put a little video here and then we'll bring her in. So, here she is. Hey, Victoria, how's it going? Good morning to Norway. How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Three
It's
o'clock in
middle
the
of the
morning.
night. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello,
I'm
Ray.
over here in Texas, and so
Yeah.
yeah. yeah. I
Hello,
thank you
everybody.
so much for your sacrifice to be go to sleep and wake up and that kind of deal. And so, man, we're gonna have a great show. You have a lot of input, a lot of insight. You are one of these people that, man, are so wonderful at helping people to get to the next level, to find happiness, to change their lives in various ways. I just go, you're awesome. So, Isabel's watching us up there in the sky bar. How's it going? She's one of my chess moms. Her little boy Christian is doing awesome, and so great. So, I wanted to talk about different things, but I know you have a program or a seminar that you're going to do, and we'll talk about that in a little bit later. But tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Victoria Christensen?
Who is Victoria Christensen? Well, I am a soul living in this body. That's how I am.
There you go.
I am. But what I do, that's different thing. Well,
Yes.
I am born as a woman. I am a woman.
Yeah.
I'm Spanish, living now in Oslo, Norway. I had studied several things, but now one of the things that I studied was psychology, and I am working as a psychologist, a psychotherapist in my private sessions. So that's who I am, and that's what I do.
Excellent, excellent. That's who you are and that's what you do. And you do very good at it. And I mean you help people from all over South. I know you help people in South America. I know you help people up in Norway and Europe, Spain, and wow, even here in the United States. And so there might be, I mean, there are definitely plans for you to do some stuff here in the United States here in the near future, and so that'd be great. That'd be wonderful. So, I heard you one time where you're talking about, different things, and one of the things that I know that we've talked about before in the show or stuff like that is the idea of believing and envisioning and manifesting. I know in our conversations, you talk a lot about manifesting, that you can manifest things into your life, a better life, a better relationship, better job, or just becoming a better person. And how does that kind of start? I know a lot of people, they want to start the year off and they see, okay, I want to be a better me. I want to I want to explore new avenues. I want to go to different places in my life. And so, but they don't know how to get there. And the idea is that they're going to get to 2025 and they're still going to be living the life that they were living in 2023, and perhaps they're still living the life that they were maybe still living in 2020. How do we move from that to a better position in life, a better attitude, a better life, a happy life?
Um, that is a very important question, and I am going to answer maybe a little bit different than what you expect.
All right, cool. That's fine.
Because where are we going? We are here right now, and this is the only really thing. Is the present. So to answer you, you want to manifest something, live present in your life. Really present. Because when you ask me who I am, I said, I am a soul living in a body. So if you are present here and now, and you are totally present, you know that now is now and now and now. And that is the best way to manifest anything, because when you are in the now and you are in contact with yourself, you have what it calls the gap between thoughts. You like very much music, and I know that you play some instrument. I don't remember, it was the tuba or something when you were little, and
Tuba, saxophone, yeah.
I played the guitar and the piano, and we know that the sound, the music, the
Mhm.
notes needs silence in between
Mm.
to be listened to, right?
Right, right.
And you are, and I am, and we exist, all of us, everybody that is hearing me now, because we are in space. So when we live in that way, we have contact with the whole thing that we are, and everybody is born with some skills, some values, and the difference between human beings and all the other species, like animals or plants or everything that is in the creation, doesn't have that. That is the imagination. So when we are thinking from the ego. We are thinking for the assumptions from the past, from our past that doesn't exist, and we bring it to the future. So you talk about the 23 that is gone, and the 25 that we don't have, but it's here and now. And I am not thinking, but being. I have contact with something that vibrate in me, some that tell me what is it that I am dreaming on, that I am thinking about, that I really long for,
Hmm.
because I am in contact with that in the now. And then it
Wonderful.
also gives something. It's a peace and a harmony inside us, because I am here now. I
Yes.
am, and I am. So then I don't get stressed. I don't
Hmm.
get the ego part of I need, because one thing is to create from the part of us that is imagination, that is powerful, that have all these skills and all the values that we have come. Because I mean, you are wonderful doing these programs. I could have never done it. So we all have different skills and different paths. If you want to, I mean, if
Right, right.
to think about what I'm saying, but that's how I see it. And then if we are present completely in the now and in peace and in harmony inside me, I know what it makes me happy. I know what is to be peaceful, not stressful, not in the idea that I have to have this, or I have to get there, I have to accomplish this, because then I would be what? You?
Mm.
So what is it that you are longing for? And then it's the different. Everybody will say, "Oh man, come on, Victoria, you are still sleeping, or you are having a dream."
Oh, no. Yeah.
No, it's because why do you want what you want? Why is it that I am longing for? That comes from the ego. Is something that I had to have to get complete, and then it comes from the place of lack or something. And when you come from the place of lack, you cannot manifest anything, because the quantum field will always answer you from the energy you bring out. So thoughts are electromagnetic waves, we know that
Hmm.
that becomes emotions, and the emotions are the target, or the arrow that goes out in the quantum field with that type of energy, and that type of energy is the one that manifests what you want. So if you want to have, I heard you the other day in one show that you did with Adriana, say
Yeah.
that your idea this year is not to have any more debts and pay everything and get money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right now, you don't think I have to, I'm going to. I am already rich.
Yes.
I
Yes.
am already free of guilt.
Yes.
That is now. And that vibration is already now. It's not believe it, it's a way of being. And then when you are already in that abundance, then you get back the same abundance. I don't know
Yeah.
if it answers you.
No, no, it makes sense. And the thing is that, I get into this, that you have to believe it, so you can envision it, so it manifests in my life, and the thing is, it's so, como se dice, it's so real, because believe it or not, the power of visualization and manifestation can significantly influence our lives by envisioning our goals and desires. I mean, I can manifest the way I truly want to live, and I've learned that from you. I've learned that from you. I don't think I've I've spoken or said the word manifest as much as I have uh last year than ever before. I think I never ever used that word before, and it's like you brought that word to my vocabulary. You want that word to my system, and in turn, I want to share that with others, because that's how we grow.
Yeah.
And it's true.
And the best way to manifest, because we manifest with the waves of energy that we throw out. So
Hmm.
it's not to believe it, it's to know you in the moment what makes me happy.
Mm.
And the idea that you have is what create that emotion, and that emotion is the energy are waves, but when it goes out as a thought, it goes very like this. When it is a calm, peaceful state of being, then you are in contact with what you are, and you are already abundance. And when you are
Mm.
already abundance, you believe it because you are feeling it, and you believe and feel something that, I mean, if I hit you, you believe that I am hitting you because you
Oh
feel
yeah. Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna cry.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so then that's the way. When you do that, then it goes out with a conviction, and that is the manifestation where you believe it. If a musician wants to get a lot of public, and they want, maybe, because the other thing is, right, that to get really, how can I know what makes me happy? Many people ask me sometimes, I don't know what I want. Well, you don't know what you want when you think about it, because everybody knows what is joyful, what is good, what is making them feel good. Everybody knows that. The problem is that we start to control it with our mind, thinking that this will make me. Why, I ask? What is it that you want?
Mm. Yeah, yeah, it's a good question. How can I know what makes me happy? Because a lot of times we don't think of it. We don't go that deep. Yeah, I want to have a new car. I want to have a better relationship. I want to, buy a new house. I want to have a better job. But we don't, when we make decisions like that, or when we think, or we start dreaming, we don't do it because we want to be happy, or with a joyful heart and mind, and it's true, because the ultimate goal is, doing everything with love, and with the idea of landing in happiness.
Yeah,
Am I
everything that
right in
we
saying
do,
that?
yeah, in everything that we do, what we are is the pursuit of happiness. I mean, nobody do something because they want to suffer.
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
No. So what we all want is happiness. But what is happiness? What is happiness?
Mm,
It's like when you are hungry and you eat, and then you are satisfied. How long does it last?
yeah. Quick.
So if you want a good car and you want a better car, one thing is to have an intention. I'm not saying that we should not, but that it has to come from the place of knowledge that this is not because I need to be happy, but because I am happy, I can dream of maybe having a better car or a bigger car, and then ask yourself why and how. And it's a wonderful history. I don't know if we have time, so I
Sure,
tell you.
go. Tell me.
That I think that I said this sometime before in a show with you, where because we used to make shows together
Yes,
last
yeah,
year,
yeah.
and it was in a city and a little big village in Japan, and it was many years ago, and he was a fisherman, and he was
Mm.
fishing, and he was
Oh,
taking
yes.
one fish at the same time. Do you remember that
I
history?
that's a wonderful story. Share it with us,
Yeah,
please.
you can say it.
No. You do so
And
great.
then somebody a man that had a lot more vision, that he was very rich, and said, "Oh man, you are fishing one fish at a time, and then you are selling it, and then you earn very little. And I see that you have a very good technique, because every time that you throw the what is it called,
Something comes back. You
yeah,
throw
the line, you
the
get
net,
one
whatever
fish.
you
So,
bring.
yeah, so you get
Yeah,
one fish. So you have a lot of technique for that. Why don't you let me buy you a boat, and then you can get more? And I said, why? Yeah, because then you can sell more. Yeah, and why? Yeah, well, you can get more money. Yeah, and why? Why do I have? Because then you can buy a house. I have already a house. Yeah, but you can build a much bigger
bigger
house.
house.
Yeah, and then you can do this and you can do that, and that goes like that. And then he said, yeah, but then I wouldn't not have time to enjoy life. Why should I have all those things? I'm happy like I am now, selling a
Yeah,
fish at a time. So what does it mean? That it's very nice, and it's, I mean, the world is getting better and better, and now we have artificial intelligence, and
oh
I
yeah,
mean, many things are changing all the time because we have visions. But one thing is having vision from the essence of who you are, that you have come to create, because we are co-creators with our God, with our Father,
hmm,
with, but not because that is a luck in your life, but because that will add to your life. And that is the difference, making it from your essence or making it from your ego, making it from neediness or making it just for the joy of giving what you
yeah,
have. That's the
yeah.
difference, and then
Wow.
that is manifesting.
Yeah, yeah. Before we go on, I would just want to say hi to Hector. Hector, thank you for stopping by, and Isabel. And I think that we have some other people up there. I can't see the numbers, but I see the numbers up there. Anyway, but it's true. It's true what you're saying, Victoria, because it's in the world we get lost with wanting to have more, wanting to have more. You go order a something to eat, let's say a hamburger or some chicken or whatever you want to order. They always want to say, you want to upsize it? Would you want to add fries for that? You want to add a quarter of the cup for that? Always making it bigger. You want a bigger Coke for 50 cents, you can have a bigger Coke. And then you go, oh, okay, well, let me just pay the bigger Coke again. What you normally just have a regular size one, and you probably don't even finish the regular size Coke that you get. But no, you're there, and all of a sudden you spent the extra money to get a bigger one that you're not even going to finish. And that's the way life is, because we always want, what somebody else has, that kind of deal, or we want to upgrade, we want the upsize, that kind of deal. And so, wow.
And that comes from the feeling not being in contact with yourself, because when you are in contact with yourself inside, between, and that is what I answered you before with the notes and the silence in between, because it's in between that you create. You
Mm,
know, when you do that, that is already the note that is going out. So when you are in contact with that, you understand that, okay, let's say I want to live with a person that I love. I want to is already thinking that if I had that, I will be happier. No, you have to be happy, and then you will find the person, it will come to you. And then is much stronger if you had when you do it from your heart, when you do it with contact of your essence, not because it's something that you need to be, then you will come the right person. When the right person comes, then it's the same energy doing the same thing together. And then of course it's a gift to the
Right.
world, because you are co-creating. And the thing
Mm.
that we forget that we always, if I am on the present, I don't ask for something, or I don't make plans, or I don't make my list to do and my discipline, then we are forgetting something that actually Jesus reminds us, and that is that the kingdom of heaven is inside you. Ask,
Mm.
ask, and you shall receive.
Yeah.
And I don't remember reading in any language that I speak, ask, and God, my father will stay down there and say, okay, let's see, do I give it to you or do I don't give it to you? But he was talking about asking from alignment with your
Mm-hmm.
essence, right? When you really ask. So what I do to manifest is almost nothing. I just said thank you, because in contact with you, you know what is right. You know what is makes you happy. And then you have total confidence, and you have total faith, and you have total trust. If it's not coming, it's because it was not for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you
That's true.
continue being happy.
That's true. And you know what you said about thankfulness. So gratitude is a big step. I know that in societies, in the circles of success, they always talk. In fact, in the last years or so, they've been talking a lot about gratitude. Being grateful and gratitude to bring about more success. And I think, well, it's an old biblical como se dice, thing that they've always done. Is that we as a society, we forget that. Thankfulness is obviously very important, but we tend not to practice it as a society, or even as individuals. We tend to just try to go for the want more, the want,
Yeah.
quiero, I want.
Because that is egocentrism, right? Me,
Hmm.
and what I want, and I had to get it. And it's like the same that you said with the meal. When you eat that, then how long does it take before you need to eat again?
Yeah.
It's neediness. That is something from we forget who we are. And then what we have to do is to understand that I already have everything, and then I am grateful. Then I am grateful, and when I am grateful, if you want a bigger, better car, be grateful for the one that you have, because
Mm.
then you have the vibration that will attract a better one, if that is the best for you. But not for having more, or not for aiming more, or have bigger goals. You get more. You have to be grateful, and grateful is the door to manifestation. I am
Yeah.
grateful for you, for today, that you asked me to be your first guest. I am grateful. And then when I am grateful for that, this moment, I don't remember that I am tired. I forgot that I woke up. I
Yeah.
am here and now, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm grateful for this. And gratefulness is not that you have to be grateful. Gratefulness is a state of being. I am a completely full. I have a feeling in me that nothing is lacking.
Mm-hmm.
When I am thinking something is lacking, I'm living in the future. And again, I repeat, because we are talking about manifest, we live, and people. Why is that on the 31st of December we are like this, and the 1st of January we have a lot of list, this we have to do, and this, and you are the same person. Um, mm, I, I would say that the first thing is to be grateful, because that is the right attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Some brings the other thing, but the next one is to be very aware that you don't know if you are going to live the next moment,
That's
because
true.
nobody knows. So what are you waiting for? That is the best. Let's see.
It's true. What are you waiting
Your
for? We don't.
bottom to start to do
We,
the
we
now.
don't. We don't have tomorrow. We don't have the next hour. Who knows? I could be, done with the show, go outside, go drive somewhere, and boom, it's over. We don't know. I mean,
It
obviously,
can
we
be
don't want that
closer
to
than
happen.
that. It
Yeah,
can
it
be
could even be
closer.
closer than that. You know, an
You can
airplane could
get
land on
you
top of
can
my
get heart
house, and
attack here and
you know,
now.
or I can have a heart attack or something. You know, so that's true, and so I think that sometimes this is why it's important to this concept of living in the now. I think
Present,
in
present.
the present, you know, in the here, in the moment, you know, it makes a lot of sense when you live like that because it doesn't matter. A lot of times we see this a lot in funerals. And you know, people die. Of course, people are gonna die, but then their family members or their friends, they're crying, "Oh, yeah, 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 you
Why
know, this and
didn't I
that."
say this?
and and
Why?
and why didn't I say this or this and that and this and that? But it's because they did not live in the now with that person. They were not there, and so then you know there's those feelings of I didn't do enough. I wasn't there. I was not a good son. I was not a good daughter. I was not a good wife. I was not
So
a
what
good
are we
husband.
waiting
I
for?
was not a
What
good
are we
partner. I
waiting
was
for?
not a good friend. You know, and it's like in the crying and all of that, like it's going to be forgiven or it's going to be gone. You know, but it's not. You know, and that's when the pain comes in. You know, that kind of deal.
And that is the way of manifesting that how we are talking. Believing in the now, living in the present is that you already have everything, but at the same time you are living in the really living is only now because we don't know. So we everybody knows that we are going to die, but because we live from the ego, from the we have to have something, we have to have life, we have to have time. I have to achieve this, and when I do this, then I can retire. When I do that, then I will stop. When I do this, then I will not use more time doing shows or whatever. No,
Right.
that is well, I was going to say bad word, but is a very ignorance.
Right.
You know why? When we are born, when we are born, we start to adapt and we forget, and the life is a path of remembering, existing. You exist is you exist because you ist. It comes from the Latin,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be fair to exist. So
Mm-hmm.
being is before existing,
Existing. Yeah.
and when you are, then you can do everything in being. And it can be a paradox to understand this, but just well, if I can say somebody that is getting confused because I'm blah, 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 blah,
No.
talking.
No. No. No.
So it's just to ask yourself, do this will make me happy? Is that why I want to do this, or is because I have the energy in me that I want to do this. You said that I am helping a lot of people all over
Mm-hmm.
the world,
Mm-hmm.
and that is my mission. That's what makes me happy. That's
Yes.
no goal for me. And I never sit down and say I want to help that person because then I would not help anybody. I don't know if I help. I am just on the service because that's who I am, and that's what I am grateful for, and that's what is my part. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I
Right.
I I like many other things. I love to cook. I love to travel. I love to paint. I love many things. That is part of me. But what my soul really be vibrate and loved is to see somebody else vibrating in the same energy and elevating that. Then it makes me happy. So that's how you can. That is the way that you. I mean, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
don't know what they want. What makes you feel that you lose your time? Because in the being, you forget the time. When we are having fun, the time pass very fast. No,
Yeah.
but when you are having problems or pain, or you are sick, or you have the COVID or whatever, then time stops by. You are very, very slow motion, living low motion. So when you are complaining or having bad thoughts or negative views about yourself and all that, then time is heavy. It's a very dense energy. Hmm.
Mm. Yeah. And yeah, because I mean, we can go any particular day, you know. That's why in success, circles, they always talk about getting up early, starting the day early. And I know that you also meditate, meditate, and it's true. And then you talk about we prepare for the day. What are my plans? Actually, before you go to sleep, you should plan the next day, right? But that's how it goes. I mean, we establish and we're already saying, okay, this time is going to be set for this time is going to be set for this time is going to be set for this, because it's true. And I've done it, where I just do a day without planning, without my calendar or whatever, and all of a sudden, oh my goodness, I have to be here somewhere, and then I'm rushing to get where I need to be because I didn't plan, or I wasted, 3 or 4 hours on not doing anything, either watching TV or listening to music or just goofing off. And it's true. We don't get time back. Time is free, it's available to us, but guess what? We are not investing in the time that we're in the time that we're given. We're not investing, and so we just lose it. It's like we're not making any time in a sense, because it's
In Spanish, I don't know if you say it in Mexico, but in Spain we say, vísteme despacio que tengo prisa.
vísteme despacio que tengo prisa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't rush when you have to do a lot of things. You know why?
Yeah.
Because when you are present, you are much more. I
Yeah.
mean, that is, I can talk about it in the way that neurology explains in the
Yes.
brain and what is happening. But the thing is that when you are stressed, you don't find the keys, you don't.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you say plan the next day and all that, yes. But when you are in contact with yourself, things rule, and that the more that you have to do, the more that you have to be calm, because you can only do something now. But the thing is that our mind is always running ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are here, we are talking, and if we are not present, it's already okay. When this show is finished, I have to do this and this and that. Then
Right.
you don't do this properly, and you don't do the next step. It's living here and now, here and now. And of course, we have to have our plan in according to what you really feel that is your mission, that is your accomplishments. And then when 2025 comes, you feel content already. It's nothing that
Mm-hmm.
you have left behind. It's nothing that I should have done, or it's nothing that tonight when I go to bed or tomorrow I have to, because it's inside me. I wake up in the morning, yes, and I meditate, because then I am in me, and I know what I should do. I heard one time Dalai Lama, somebody asked him, and I also have said that many times, but I think it's so wonderful. When he got the Nobel Peace here in Oslo, you know
Mm-hmm.
that the Nobel Peace
Yeah.
is here,
Yeah.
and they interview him, and they ask him, if you could do something to make peace in the world, what would you do then? And you have only 24 hours. What would you do then? And then he said, 24 hours? Easy. Okay, what? Well, I would have sit down and I would have meditate at least 20 hours. And then the 4 left hours, maybe I would have start to call somebody. That can they say that, but this is stupid. And we are not Dalai Lama. What I try to explain is that the best way to accomplish and be effective is to really be in contact with you, because you
Yes.
do when you are full of joy and you are here. You don't have to start, oh, I have to do this, and then you get stressed, and then you get tired, and then when you go to bed, you have used all your, because energy, we have different energy. We have the body energy, we have the mental energy, we have the emotional energy, and the spiritual energy. And if we are aligned, we don't lose energy in that. Your body get tired, but you are not feeling tired. Actually, you just know that, okay, now it's 10 o'clock. Now it's my time to rest.
Mm. Yeah, and yeah, it's true, because and you know what? I think we also need to be disciplined, and when we go to sleep, because we go to sleep at different times, especially here in the United States, but primarily everywhere and around the world. I mean, but it's true. Now, Victoria, I want to change a little bit into, because we do all of these things, right? And a lot of times we get in, boy meets girl and that kind of deal, that, man meets woman, they fall in love, they have a relationship, and they're going through all these things, and then all of a sudden something happens that their relationship doesn't work out, or isn't working out, or it's not pursuing, not going in the direction that it should go. And what I'm getting at is I'm going into what you're going to be working with next, and this is called the Pursue of Happiness. And I want to put a picture up here, and those of you that know us, as I'm sure have seen this, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So here it goes. And this, explain to me what this is going to be, Victoria. ¿Qué va a ser esto?
Wait, I don't see anything.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, now, couples personal growth, change your personal beliefs. Oh, yeah, okay. I am working. I have a master in couple therapy, and why I like that, especially the work with couples, is because the couples are the ones that make children,
mm-hmm,
babies.
mm-hmm.
Not only couples, but okay, man and woman, like you said.
Right, right.
But if we have a nucleus and a happy family, that is changing the world. So it's true that you find somebody and you fall in love. That is not to fall in love. That is attraction. That is confusion, and that is getting crazy, and that is a kick of cocaine in your body. And then you find, and then for the wrong reasons, and then you get from the place that you need a person, you need a couple, you need another one to make you happy enough. Work with yourself and be happy. But what that is all about is people that are already together, that they really love each other, that they have gone
Mm-hmm,
over already that first step of now the blind curtain is out, and then I see you as you are. The problem is
mm-hmm.
that I also see me as I am. And if I wanted to be with you because you are going to make me happy, you are going to fill this hole in me, you are going to give me my self value, you are going to make me feel that I am important. And then I say, oh my God, what did I see in him? Many times it's because we don't know each other. So what I work with that program is to help couples to work with themselves first, separately first, and
Mm-hmm,
then
mm-hmm.
they can meet together in compassion, without fear, in vulnerability, and they can be honest that this is what I'm bringing and what are you bringing, and how can we be together like this, helping each other, accepting each other with the good and the bad. I don't like the good or the bad, but the shadows and the light, and the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing make us stronger,
Wow.
who we really are. Not because I don't know you anymore. How didn't I see all this stuff? Oh my God, why did I fall in love with you? Because it comes from the place of I was blind, and that is that we can explain a lot of things. That is
Right.
instinct in us, right? That is really the desire and the passion and all that behind, because otherwise, who in his fifth sense would have make that step? Nobody. But the sex, the desire, the passion in us is what makes us come together. And that is from the physical part, but then the emotional intimacy has to come in place again, and the intellectual and the spiritual, because the most strong way to be happy is living with a spiritual strong intimacy, helping each other to grow.
Wow.
That's what I do in that program.
Wow. Exciting. And, and the thing is that, couples come to you and, they see a change in each other, and then they're grateful because they met you, and because now they're on a different path together instead of at each other. They're having a better relationship, and they're walking hand in hand instead of that kind of deal. And so they're a bond is renewed and perhaps even deepened to a different level than where they first met. Be,
Yeah, of course, you cannot give anything from. If you ask me water and my glass is empty, I cannot give you water.
Mm,
We have to come from a place in us that where we have love for ourselves, where we have self-respect, where we have self-value, where we have self-esteem, when we know, okay, I would have liked or I need help in this, or my wound from childhood, or my sorrow is this, but without expectation that the other one will feel it. But yes, learning to accept patience, compassion, and empathy for the other one. That is what is important in couples to
mm,
understand.
yeah.
And that, of course, is a stronger bond because that creates self love. And when I have love, automatically I will love the other one. It's like this. I mean, if you are wearing white, the other one cannot say, oh, you are wearing red. That's who I am, and that's what I'm giving you. And yes, people come here. Unfortunately, many come for too late, and then it takes longer time. So the best thing is when you already have gone through the first, how is it called, the first
The first steps.
steps on the first time, and if you are lucky, maybe 6 months or maybe 2 years
Hmm, hmm.
max, then is when it's really the time to invest in learning how to communicate, learning how to listen, learning how to accept, learning how to be empathic with yourself, and being honest, really honest emotionally. Many people don't know why do you do that, are you aggressive, why do you reject that person, why do you go away, why do you are starting to look another way to find somebody else and have lovers, and why do people do that? Because they continue pursuing happiness outside themselves, not inside.
Mm.
Mm.
And I guess a lot of that also from the baggage that they bring from the past that they bring
Mm.
into the new relationship,
Yeah.
whether it be abused or not loved or whatever,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
that is.
Yeah, everybody has some wounds, and we are born, and we come with memories from already. The ego is memories, and that is also the things that we absorb as very, very little, and we don't even remember. But in the childhood, we get rejections, or we get abandonment, or we will be uh, treasure betrayed, or humiliated, and all these things.
Hmm.
We get ways of compensating, and when we
Right.
compensate, that's what we do with our partners also, and
Well,
then we project and say, it's your fault that I feel like this because you promised me to make me happy.
that
And the finger
that is
is
true.
like that. And the responsibility is my feelings, my thoughts, my wants, my needs, my responsibility, not the other one.
Mm, wow. Well, I wanted to share also this. You're gonna have a taller. You're gonna have a workshop on the 18th of this month.
Yeah, in the 18th, I am going to have one, but that is for single persons. I mean, not of women or men, wherever. I don't care, or
Well,
jeans
you know
or
what? Let me share that with you as well. And I,
that one
well,
is in Spanish.
it was in Espanol, but it's still a good idea. I have the website here, and wow, here we go. I have to go over here to this side. But this is what this is. And this is going to be a thing that's going to start on, when is it? The 18th?
The 18th at 9 o'clock in Spain. So I guess, I don't know, in Texas, in Miami will be.
Well, it would be in the afternoon. Like, I would be like, what is it?
Yeah,
1 o'clock,
if it says
1,
5
1
o'clock,
p.m., 1 p.m.
from
over here.
2 p.m.
2
in
p.m.
Texas,
Yeah.
1 p.m. in Miami.
Yeah. And
2
so this is
p.m.
where you can go in there and you can more or less see what this is. But I just wanted to, have people see this because this is there a cost for this one?
No, that is completely free. It's completely free,
Wow.
and it's to learn to know yourself in this way, because it's not saying that you have to change, but you have to accept. First, you have to understand it that you have it. Afterwards, you have to accept it, and when you accept something and you focus in it, then you can change it. And when you change it, you integrate it. When you integrate something, you transform it.
Mm.
Mm.
Wow. And it's a process. It's a process
It's a
because
process. It's a
uh,
process. It's a process.
and it's not only a process, but it's the person really needs to understand it, and then from there change, and accept where they're at, and also maybe in there comes forgiveness of past, and that kind of deal, because of the whatever's hurting them from the past is, might have nothing to do with what's in the future, not have nothing to do with the person that they're with or the person that they're going to meet, but it's that they're going to react that way towards anybody.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it doesn't matter, it's not the person that you meet that makes it a bad couple, but it's the me
But
that makes it.
Ray, like we said in manifesting, when you vibrate and you vibrate, the energy that you vibrate is from your emotions. So, if you have a feeling that I had to be a very nice girl, I'm very very smart, so a guy would fall in love with me. That is what I will in the beginning have
Mhm.
unconsciously, and that's what I will do. But inside me is all the other energy that is unconscious that is going out. So what I will attract will be in the same lack level of energy, because the energy is waves, and if I'm moving here, I'm not going to find somebody that is moving here. I'm going to find the same level. So actually, the couple that you are with right now is what is showing you where you are. The risk,
Mm.
but the problem, and that's why so many divorces. When you evolve, when I have couples here, many times they divorce
Yeah.
because it's something what the Buddhists and the they call on these traditions is the karma. You have a karmic relationship. Normally, what I had studied at least is not 100%, but most of the time we go through three very important relationships in our lives. It's the
Hmm.
first one, and then it's the one that maybe we marry and we have children, and then when we come to our senses, we that is done. We have learned something, and then we find the real person in our lives. That's what we see many times. The problem is that we have so many conceived ideas from society, for religion, for many things that
Hmm.
we and then we compensate in other ways, having lovers or working a lot or just ignoring it or just fighting many ways and that is what you said. Now we do the same that we have done to survive all our lives, you
Wow.
know. Mm.
No,
but uh,
no. Hmm.
but the relationship that we have shows us in what level I am, because yeah, if I am unhappy in my relationship and I change myself, not change but integrate and transform these things, then maybe the other person stays still standing, and then it's much better to be good friends and love each other and all that, but follow another path, because we all of us evolve in different
Yes.
tempos. Mm.
Yeah, yeah, and exactly, and that's why when two people are going in different directions, that not necessarily that they're no longer in love, but it's just that they have things are not in common anymore.
Now, love is everything. Love is everything. So, but in love is again is a concept already to ideas that we have conceived, and is creencias, right?
Las
It is
creencias,
this
sí.
limiting the beliefs that we have since we are children and condition us. And we believe that, okay, you married, you have to be with that person all your life. Or if you have a child, in South America, in Spain, many years when I grew up, the woman has to be at home.
Yes,
And
yes,
those things, we are growing out of it.
yes.
And nobody said, I don't remember anywhere that said that, okay, you have to have only one person in your life and that's it. No, we are souls that we are coming here to evolve, and you do what you need to evolve, because when you evolve, you forgive yourself. Are your all the mistakes, if you want to call them mistakes, I call them opportunities to
Right.
grow. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have grown out of it, then you move on.
Mm.
And do I am saying that divorce is the best solution? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you have to be. I am a realist. I am an optimist.
Yeah.
Said what
You can't force it. You can't
because
force
I
something.
believe in the good of everybody. So if you do the good for you, it's the good for everybody else, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
That
I
makes
also
a lot of
help
sense.
the couples that comes. I also help them to see when do you have to do this, when do you have to do that, and this is the best thing. I see it all the time. That is the best solution, is to love yourself, and then you feel, not from the ego, I want this because he's a younger girl or he's a better guy or he's much richer than me, and then I move on. No, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the honesty from the soul, that this is the best for me to be a better person. Mm,
Right. Yeah.
mm.
And I think that's the goal, that we want to be better persons. I want to be a better person. And I think when we bring it home, when we make it about me, then society as a whole is going to evolve and become better, and there will be an overflow of love, and we're going to be caring for our communities, and there'll be peace on earth and kind of things, because we're being the best that we can be. So therefore we're going to be kind, we're going to be loving, we're going to be caring, we're
Mm.
going to look out for each other in a sense, because we're being the best me that I can be.
The best version of yourself. And there's a lot of people talking now in public and talking about how to manifest more money, how to be
Yeah.
a better financier, how to learn how to invest your money. Well, all that, when you are in contact with yourself, everything comes naturally. You know, because you are very, very in contact with yourself. And when you are the best version of yourself, of course, around you, you make waves, and all
Hmm.
that. And it's not what I want, or I want to evolve to do this and that, and I want to be a better person of myself. It's the longing in all of us. The longing, that's why we call it pursuit of happiness, because we are longing to come back to the fountain of remembering who we were. And when you are on the deathbed, nobody asks for more time because I want to get more money. What
That's
they do
true.
is to have the loved ones around themselves
Hmm.
and say bye in a good way.
Wow, that is true. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. You know, hey, give me one more day of life because I want to buy a new car. No, I don't think so. You
Exactly.
know,
Or I want
you
to
know.
go to work because I love my work.
Give me one more day because that big store has a big sale, and I want to go buy me a new dress
Yeah.
or a
Or,
purse or
or
whatever.
just one more day because I want to go to the office, because I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to go to the
Well,
to
that's
work,
true.
yeah, to Wall Street and get some more money, because
Yeah.
then, okay, then I can die. Ah.
Yeah, that's how sad. Yeah, how sad when people live that way. But and it's and unfortunately, people don't know, so they continue living that way until they meet somebody like you, Victoria, that that shows them that it's not about what's out there, but what's inside, and how that can change,
Yeah,
and
and
hopefully that changes.
the roadmap to do that, because you should tell somebody, well, start to be disciplined, start to be motivated, start to do the right thing, start to get up every morning and do this and do that. That is will, and that is very important, but it has to come from the love part. I
Yeah.
do that because that is made me happy. What is the motivation? The motivation has to be much deeper than to get something that I think I
Right.
want to be happy. You are already happy if you are in that place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Kind of like the man in the fishing village that was fishing every day for one fish and selling it, and maybe getting two. Maybe he was probably having like five fish, selling three and eating two,
Yeah,
and another
yeah,
one for a friend or whatever. But he was happy, and it's true because we
yeah.
get into the rat race. We get into the, all right, what else? What else? Get emails, get phone calls, get texts, and
And
you
you are
know,
not present, and you're not present. Other
yeah,
thing is that I don't want to give the wrong impression. Of course, all the other things are very important, but it's the place where you are coming from to do the other things, right? If I know that it's a hole on the wall, on the street, I don't go and if I am not present, I can fall down, and I fall down the first day. But if I fall down the next day, I'm not. I am not. I'm not thinking properly. So of
right.
course the mind is in service of us. So we live and we use our mind, not our mind is controlling us. That's
Mm.
different things, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So Victoria, man, this is a great show. We need to come back and we need to talk about this and more because I mean, this is a topic that's many people need to hear about it. I need to learn more about it, and it's enriching. It's meaningful. It carries a lot of weight in how we will believe and create and manifest and envision how our future will be. But we have to live in the now. We have to live in the present and be happy with where we're at right now. And wow, it's amazing. I want to thank you, Victoria, for coming in. Waking up at 3 in the morning to be in this show up there in Norway. And I know it's cold over here. I know we're expecting some cold weather down here, but it's nothing compared to where you guys were. The other day you were in, you look like a bear. You had this big old thick jacket that gonna look like a big old square.
But that is only weather. That is
Yeah,
now it's better. Now it's not so cold anymore. It's better. So I don't think about those things. I do
yeah.
the best out of it.
And you know what? That's true. You're saying it's only weather. To what do you guys say? To weather, just adapt and wear what you need to wear and go about your
I
business.
know when we say that it's not bad weather, it's wrong clothes that you are
Wrong
wearing.
clothes.
Is it
Well,
1 hour already? Are we finished?
yeah, man. I tell you. So, Victoria, was any last words for our audience?
Yeah, well, I will say that when you ask yourself, what do I want? Ask yourself why and what. And when you say why, it's very short. I want a better car. Why? Let's see that issue. And I ask you, yeah, why do you want a better car? What would you say?
Well, God's because it's prettier, because it's nicer, because
And then, well, and okay, and why do you want a prettier and better, nicer car? Why?
well, I guess so people could think I'm being okay, I'm successful or whatever,
Okay,
or
and
just
when
the
people
fact that I
think,
have a nicer car. I don't have a car with a dent, or I don't have
okay,
a
and
car
when
that
you
needs
and when people
painting.
think that is nicer and that you are more successful, what does it give you? Then is what? What does it give you then?
Nothing really. Yeah, I guess because now I've learned, and it's true, because it's like if you have a car that takes you from A to B, hey, you got the car.
So very careful. Ask yourself why and what. And I will say that this difficult to do that because we are afraid to meet ourselves on the door. We do what we do to protect ourselves for suffering, but the suffering comes always from a big, huge egocentrism.
Mm,
Mm.
wow, amazing. Pues Victoria, pues wow, have a go back to sleep and pleasant dreams for you.
Thank
And
you.
I
Thank
will
you.
be talking to you soon. And man, we need to do a show. I need to bring you back, and we need to talk about other topics that are very that are very needed in today's world. And I think you have answers, and you have a way about bringing in the material because you talk from the heart, you talk with passion, and you bring it down to a level where everybody can understand it. You're not up there where, what's he talking about? It makes sense. When you talk, it makes sense, and we're able to understand it. And I'm
Thank
just
you
so
very much.
thankful
Thank
to
you.
be your friend and to have an awesome relationship with you, to where we're working together, and we're gonna do projects together in the future and all that. So man, you are awesome.
Thank you very much. You are too. You can never see something in somebody that you don't know. So all you are telling me is because you have it. I don't know if I have it, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, pues está bueno. Pues I'm gonna turn the music on and we'll be going, guys. Thank you for stopping
Bye.
by,
Thank you. Thank you.
and
Take care and
many
happy New
loves
Year.
to you. Adios, guys. Nos vemos.